Now into a brand new box office breakdown show here on Max Talk Movies. And today we're going to break down the July 4th weekend, which goes all the way from July 1st to July 3rd and the 4th. We'll break down the 3-day, some of the 4-day big history numbers, as well as breaking down the worldwide and domestic charts. Welcome back to a brand new box office breakdown. My name is Max Maverick. If you're new to the channel, I do this show every single Monday. So as other movie reviews, TV show reviews, and movie rankings. So please subscribe and the bell. We're at 110 subscribers. Our next goal is to get to 120. So please join us here on Max Talks with These. Get us to 120. Thank you so much. Comment down below. First of all, let me know your thoughts on the box office. Did you see anything this past weekend? What are you seeing this upcoming weekend? And are you shocked, surprised by some of the movies and how they're doing? And also, please like the video, guys. Really helps the algorithm out, so more people will be recommended for this video if they want more box office breakdowns. So please hit that like button. Really supports the channel. Let's get into it. We have a lot to talk about. So in first place is the brand new movie of the weekend, which was Minions: The Rise of Gru. Now, this is not a shocker for this franchise. This is actually probably, if not the strongest franchise for Universal, a studio that has 3 movies in the top 5 this week, which we'll talk about. But Minions opened with 107 million for the 3-day weekend and 124 for the 4-day weekend. This is coming off the last 2 films in this franchise getting to $1 billion, with Minions and Despicable Me 3. But Minions: The Rise of Gru is now the biggest opening for a movie of all time on the July 4th 4-day weekend ever. It even passes Despicable Me 3, which opened, but it passed Transformers number 3. As in this list is the only movie ever to get over $100 million for this weekend. As I said, it is a super strong franchise for Universal and Illumination. I think a day after this movie came out, they announced that Despicable Me 4 will be coming out in 2024. And it was kind of interesting where this would fall, because while yes, the characters are still popular, the ride to the parks, there has not been a movie in this franchise since Minions back in 2015, which is 7 years ago. 7 years ago, and then you had this 2017 for Despicable Me 3. So technically, the franchise has not been on for 5 years, and the Minions franchise has not been on since 7 years ago. So it did not lose any step. This franchise continues to prove why Illumination Universal continue to make these films as an A cinema score. And this is also one of the rare sequences where 88% of the people who saw this movie were under the age of 25. And I think this is one of the movies that has the most 13 to 17-year-olds in the theater in a long time. A lot of teenagers saw this movie. I'm past that age now at 20, but a lot of my generation grew up with the original film and still check these films out. You know, we might not love them, we still check them out, but it's true. Even though not a lot of people, not a lot of talk online about this film in the fan base, people quietly, I guess, go see this movie multiple times. So Minions: The Rise of Gru dominating the box office this weekend. At number 2 is Top Gun Maverick in its 6th weekend in the box office. $25.8 million and only 13% drop this weekend. Its domestic total is now 564. It's kind of funny. Top Gun debuted, it was Memorial Day, obviously a big day for the military and all that things. And now we have July 4th, which is now bringing people as well back to the theaters to see Top Gun Maverick. And I think it really should hold on even till Labor Day. It's amazing. 6 weeks, and it's basically not left the top 3 all the time. It's still barely dropping 15% basically every week. Amazing hold for Top Gun Maverick. We'll get to its overall worldwide numbers, but just spectacular for Paramount. Let's go into the other 3rd studio, and that is Elvis. That falls from 1 to 3 this weekend. Elvis made 18.45 in its 2nd weekend, takes a 41% drop. So domestically, it is up to 66.7. Clearly proving that this movie might have the legs all the way to March for the Oscars. We shall see with the Oscar season, but a lot of buzz, a lot of positive buzz for Elvis. It will be hitting HBO Max 45 days after release. So we'll see if it can hang on here for another couple of weeks, but Elvis is still at number 3. Plus, now we have 2 Universal films finishing off the top 5. And number 4 is Jurassic World Dominion, which makes another $16.3 million, 39% in its drop in its fourth week, and it's already up to 332.5 domestically. So Universal has both their biggest franchises going this week against each other, and both have been successes. Of course, Jurassic World has had their last two films get to $1 billion. Does not seem like this one will get there, but does not mean there's something. This franchise, obviously, Minions is probably the most successful franchise they've had to date. And number 5 is another Universal film, which is The Black Phone, which gets another 12.2 this weekend in its second weekend. A 48% drop gets it to 47.4. The budget was only around $16 to $18 million, so only needed 32 just to make profits. So that's just domestically. It's a good movie. We'll see if this leads to a sequel. Blumhouse and Universal had a huge flop with Firestarter, and they're back on the right ways with The Black Phone. So as I said, the Minions, The Rise of Gru, Jurassic World Dominion, and The Black Phone are 3 of the top 5 movies, are all Universal movies. We've talked about how Paramount's had an amazing year with Top Gun, The Lost City, Scream, Jackass Forever, but Universal is coming to play with The Black Phone, Minions, The Rise of Gru, and Jurassic World Dominion. So good news for that studio. The other big news this weekend was that Lightyear, already in its third weekend, dropped another 65%, only made $6 million this weekend. And just in 3 weekends, it is already out of the top 5. As we see, I think a lot of people are trying to see, is it the family genre? What was it that drawed Lightyear out of the top 5? Well, we see that based on the amount of people that saw Minions, The Rise of Gru, I mean, Minions has already made more money at the domestic box office in 1 weekend than Lightyear has in its first 3 weeks. That is really disappointing for Disney. I say their biggest movie left of the summer is coming out this weekend, which we'll talk about at the end of the video, but definitely the biggest flop of the summer is Lightyear, is already outside of the top 5. When we get to the domestic chart for this year, Top Gun Maverick is number 1 once again. It's should be on number for a while, 570 for Top Gun Maverick. Sorry, I was pulling up the list here. Number 2 is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness with another 410. Batman with 369. Jurassic World Dominion still number 4, 335. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 getting to 190. Uncharted number 6 with 147. Minions, The Rise of Gru in 1 4-day weekend is up to 123 at domestic box office. Lightyear is a number 8 with $106 million, so it gets to over $100 million domestically. The Lost City is a number 9 with 105, and The Bad Guys number 10 with 96. So that kicks Fantastic Beasts off the top 10 list, and now we have 9 movies with over $100 million. That will probably go up by either this weekend or the following weekend to 10 movies. So really good way to start, but the summer has been big. Top Gun Maverick, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, Jurassic World Dominion, Minions, The Rise of Gru, and Lightyear. 4 of the 9 $100 million movies are coming in the summer. So it's good news for those films, but Minions is in 1 weekend, number 7. It could be all the way up to inside the top 5 when I talk to you next weekend. And still the biggest movie of the year is Top Gun Maverick with $1.1 billion. Just amazing stuff there. Doctor Strange is at 949. It will not get to $1 billion. Jurassic World Dominion's at 831. It probably will not get to $1 billion. The Batman's number 4 of 768. Fantastic Beasts 3 is number 6 of 399. Sonic is at 398. Sonic's about to cross $400 million, so it should be up ahead of Fantastic Beasts after next weekend. Uncharted's at number 8, as well as another 398. And The Bad Guys is at number 10. In 1 weekend, though, worldwide, Minions, The Rise of Gru is at number 11 with $216 million. So it should be at least getting into the top, maybe even 8 by next weekend. So the big winners of the weekend are still Top Gun Maverick, but as well, the big winner of the weekend was Minions, The Rise of Gru, dominating and proving why this is one of the most marketable, money-making movie franchises out there today. So coming out this weekend is a big movie, the last MCU movie of the summer, the second one, Thor: Love and Thunder, hits theaters this upcoming week. We shall see. There hasn't been that thing of breaking the internet for pre-sales like Doctor Strange and Spider-Man No Way Home. While Thor has not been the most biggest box office for the MCU, we shall see. It's getting a bit more divisive than I think a lot of people expected, but that movie is coming out this upcoming weekend, so we'll break down Thor's opening weekend as well as the continued success of Top Gun Maverick and how does Minions do, and how more down the list does Lightyear drop at the box office. That is this week's box office breakdown. A lot of videos coming out here on the channel tomorrow or Thursday. Stay tuned for that. So I got to ring that bell. Episode 5 of Miss Marvel, I'll have a breakdown of that episode. Friday, a review of Thor, Love and Thunder. And I'm also going to do some reviews of Only Murders in the Building, the new Hulu show. I'm currently watching season 1 for the first time and joining season 2. So we'll see if I do a season 1 and 2 or just season 2 review. Stay tuned. Then back here on Monday, breaking down the box office. I'll see you guys then.